Hi everyone, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. Wow, this week is flying, guys. It's going really fast. How are you guys doing? And I hope these messages are helping you. Thank you for showing up, sharing these videos, because we are helping people, and that's the key factor. The more people that we help, the more that these messages get to others, the more people that we're helping. And that is so important, because many people need to hear this message, hear these messages, because it's going to help them tremendously. And remember, I talk from a space of my own personal experiences of everything that I have gone through and how I overcame these trials and tribulations instead of succumbing to them. Perhaps anyone here, whether you are here for the first time or you've been here many times, you might hear something that resonates with your own circumstances, and perhaps it may help you with what you might be currently going through. So please keep showing up to the channel and invite others to do the same. One of the things I want to say here is to thank everybody for subscribing. Feel free to comment. Make sure your comments are respectable here, because anything that is, like, how do I say it? Besides toxic, something that sounds confrontational or trying to ignite a fire of any sort, anything negative or toxic, I'm going to sum it up that way. I am going to read it and then I'm going to delete it. You will not get a reply from me, because I don't do toxicity. If it's respectable and you're asking a question or just commenting, sure, I would, be sure to respond to it. But anything negative or toxic, I will just delete it. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, also remember, I'm not a therapist, social worker, or a counselor. I'm just somebody who went through hell and came back from it, and I discuss here on this channel how I have gotten through these trials and tribulations without succumbing to it. And it's not easy, guys. It's a lot of work. But I'm going to talk to you about on each video. So let's get to it, guys. The topic of discussion today is how people become your haters. As you make a conscious decision that you are going to heal and you are sticking to that, some people will become haters in your life because of it. Remember that metaphor that I always use, crabs in a barrel? And one crab is able to climb to the top, and the many crabs at the bottom will try to drag that crab right back to where they are. And this is what happened in cases of acquiring haters. Because in my case, because I decided to stay on this path and chose myself instead of the toxicity and the drama and the negativity, some of these folks decide to become my haters. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how to deal with this situation. So I'm going to give an example. Remember, I don't give locations or names. I just give examples of things that occurred and happened to me. So an ex-friend, who used to be my friend, who I thought was my friend, but really thought that I was her personal ATM machine. Constantly, and I would take the time to listen to her and what she's going through. And, as a Virgo, I like to help people, but I'm not subservient to people anymore as I used to be, because that was allowing myself to be taken advantage of. And this person kept coming to me with things, and I finally picked up on it that she did not want to work. She was in the same mindset I'm going to use. She was in a mindset of a sibling of mine, who I have a sibling who's in a mindset of 1925 instead of being here with us in 2025. They think they're supposed to be taken care of. They don't want to work. They don't want to take care of themselves because in their mindset, somebody else is supposed to do it. Doesn't matter who, male or female, whatever. They don't care. As long as they don't have to do the work. Even God can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. So with that being said, this person kept coming to me with all these burdens. And then as I started to get on this path to heal, grow, and evolve, and I start to, remember I did videos about changing your mindset, I stopped doing it. I started to learn to say no. And as I learned to say no, I'm not doing that. I will pray for you, but I'm not doing A, B, C, D, and E. I am not your ATM machine. And what I even did during that time, guys, I even spoke to a co-worker at work about her situation, that she needs a job and blah, blah. And that co-worker who I work with works 2 jobs. So she was telling me about her second job and how this woman can get on and etc. I gathered all the information and I gave her this information. And I was excited about it. You can do this because you can work these such and such hours and make such and such, etc. And you don't have to have a whole lot of experience, is what I told her. After I finished speaking, she looked at me with a double head like, what are you talking about? And said, me go to work? Are you serious? With her lips turned up and looking at me like I was crazy. And I said to myself, I see, okay. And I said to myself, she needs to get a job. She needs 2 or 3. And I'm not helping you anymore. I'll pray for you, that's all. So I'm not doing anything, because how can you help someone who doesn't want to help themselves? And as I said, I have a sibling the same way, all of their life thinking that somebody else is supposed to take care of them. Somebody else is supposed to pay their bills, and people like that need to heal, because they need to heal so that they can look at their life and situations from a different perspective. And if they don't do the work and get on board to the healing journey, they will never see things from a different perspective, because they're stuck in that 1925 mentality. So with that being said, I stopped doing that and eventually had to cut off, block, and delete this person, because like I said, they thought I was their personal ATM machine, and I'm not doing any of that. And keep in mind, I'm still generous and helping people, but I am not over giving. I have my own bills and situation to take care of. And, I'm not responsible for anybody else. My own child is an adult. The only thing I would be responsible for is myself and a dog. I'm not doing any of that, and it got to the point where I had to cut off, block, and delete this person from my life, because the boundaries I set wasn't working. The person was overstepping and, oh, you gotta do this and that. No, I don't. I'm not responsible for this person and their burdens. They have to carry their own burdens. So guys, this is how people become your haters. When you start to heal and get on this journey and start to look at your life and situations from a different mindset, instead of a broken one, a different perspective, instead of a weak one, and you start to see that you're being used and abused and taken advantage of, you start to change things in your life by setting strong boundaries. And it's important if you want to stay focused on your healing journey. And it doesn't feel good, it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary when people are trying to drag you down to the bottom of the barrel like crabs in a barrel. You have to stay focused. When you decide to heal and learn to tell people who like to use you no, sometimes these same folks become your haters. And what they may do is tell malicious lies and gossip about you and say the most and the worst, just because you're not helping them anymore, because you said no and you took back your power. Remember, they're taking your power, your energy, your time, everything, by continuously asking you for this, that, A, B, C, D, and E, because they don't want to do it themselves, because it's a lot of work. Let somebody else do it. But these are their own burdens to carry, not yours. When you wake up to how others might be using you or taking advantage of you, and you put a stop to this, you will see how these folks will flip the script on you. They will flip the script on you so quickly that they'll have your head spinning. Love yourself enough to know, guys, that you do not deserve to be used by anyone. You can still be a generous person. You can still listen to people and give them advice, pray for them. But when somebody is treating you like an ATM machine and they're treating you like you have to help them, you have to do A, B, C, and D, and you're not responsible for their burdens, set strong boundaries. In my case, it got so bad I had to just cut off, block, and delete because they were not understanding the word no, which I did before I got on this journey to heal. I rarely use the word no, but I do a lot now today. Guys, remember, we all deserve respect, love, and authenticity. You deserve respect, love, and authenticity, and not to be used and abused because somebody else have burdens that they're trying to drop on your lap or table. I learned, guys, to flip the script on anyone trying to use me by telling them, I'm sorry to hear about your problems and circumstances. However, all I can do for you at this time is pray for you that things change for the better. Instead of giving people handouts, and then you're doing all of this, right? And these individuals are not helping themselves. After you help them to help themselves, they don't do the work to help themselves. They come right back to you again, with something else, and it goes on and on and on. So the best way to deal with those situations is to say no and set strong boundaries. Someone was telling me about their problems and situations, and I quickly listened. This is more recently, and all of a sudden, it's like this came out of left field to me. She asked me if she can come and stay with me. What? Come and live with me? What? This was not an option at all, guys. And I quickly said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can pray for you, asking God to change your circumstances. But no, that is not an option that's on the table. It was hard for me to do because this is someone I've known a long time and, grew up with. But the answer is no. Because some people, instead of doing the work to help themselves, they want a quick fix like a microwave. And sometimes the answer is they must do the work. Just like we have to do the work to heal and to grow and evolve, and then we have to find ways to get things done. They have to do the work, and some people don't want to do it because it's too much. But I can tell you guys, I am done with being used by others, because the first half of my life, I've been subservient. And I spoke about this in a few prior videos, and I even talk about why this happened. It goes back to childhood. But as I continue to meet with my therapist weekly and do the work, the pro and the con list, and do the work on myself, I'm strong enough today to say, I'm sorry, I can pray for you, but I can't do A, B, C, and D. And people feel some kind of way about that. But that's not my problem. We all have burdens to carry, and carrying somebody else's burden is not your responsibility. And I'm not talking about helping a person from time and time again, but when a person want to treat you like you have to help them, and they keep coming back more and more and more each time you help them, then it shows you that they're not trying to help themselves. They're just trying to take their burdens and put them on your table. Never allow anyone to take their burdens and put them on your table. Never allow them, whether it's a friend, significant other, family members, especially family members, guys. Oh, we share DNA, and you're not responsible for adult family members who don't want to take care of themselves. Set strong boundaries. And since I learned how to say no, those folks decided to become my haters. It doesn't matter, ex-friends, ex-partners, family members. When I continuously say no, I can't do something, they decided to become my haters, spreading gossip, malicious lies, doing the most, doing the worst. And I stay silent and stay in prayer because I don't have time for that. Therefore, I decided that an additional step on my part had to be done, and that was to cut off, block, and delete because these haters, because the strong boundaries that I was setting was being overstepped, and so I had to cut off, block, and delete for my peace of mind. And then I had to learn that karma will bring the balance, and karma will bring the justice and balance that's necessary in these situations as I continue to move forward. I have some notes here, guys, because I want to cover things, and sometimes I have little notes here because I don't want to forget points that might really help you guys. So as I said, I allow the karma to take care of this, because those scales will definitely have to be balanced out in justice. Because someone who doesn't want to be responsible and handle their own burdens and situation, they have to learn that it's nobody else's responsibility to do so. I refuse to be a crab that they drag right back down to the bottom of the barrel. I refuse to be that, and this is why in a lot of cases I had to cut off, block, and delete. As I always say in these videos, my peace of mind and mental health is priceless, guys. And your peace of mind and mental health should be priceless. My inner peace is not for sale. I refuse to compromise it for toxic individuals or anything else. Redirecting the focus back to self-care and healing must be a priority, so that you stay focused on self-care, self-love, and healing. Because all these things that I'm talking about is a distraction. And it's a distraction that can take you off your path and suck you right back into the chaos and the toxicity that you don't want for your life, and that will deteriorate your physical and mental health. And all the work that you've done on yourself so far will deteriorate because of the distractions if you allow it to happen. I choose to let others hate or walk away as I stay on this journey and path to heal my mental and physical health. That's so important, and it's a priority as well. So guys, the key factor in this message today is to set strong boundaries. Set strong boundaries as you continue to stay focused on your healing. Ignore the noise that might be around you and keep healing, because sometimes that noise may grow and get louder and louder. But I use the metaphor as climbing a mountain, and you hear all these echoes and noise, but as you continue to climb and get closer to the top, it sounds like a faint noise in the background. And this is how it is with this noise and stuff as you choose yourself to heal, grow, and evolve. Ignore it and keep moving forward. As I always say at the end of these videos, it is better to be at a place of inner peace than broken down into pieces. Please, guys, share this message. I hope this uplifts you, because this is not easy to do, especially when these are close family members, friends, and people that you've known all your life, and etc. But it's important to set strong boundaries so that you can stay focused on your healing, so that you are not broken down into pieces. Well, guys, that's the message today. I also want to tell you guys that tomorrow is a busy day for me. My schedule has changed, so I'm going to pre-record a second video which will be uploaded early in the morning, and that'll be there for you to watch as well, because I want to keep these messages going, because in the comment category and people I talk to, Everything I'm talking about here today, they have been talking to me about. And this is another reason why I'm doing this video, because I talk from my own personal experience of how I overcome. Setting strong boundaries, redirecting the focus back on self. Because if you don't take care of your physical and mental health, then you can't take care of yourself or anything else around you. Well, guys, enjoy your day. Do something positive and uplifting for yourself on a daily basis. And I will have a message uploaded to you guys in the morning for tomorrow. Thank you for being here. This is Lisa, shedding love and light. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.